just think how the days go by in the arms of a girl with the indigo eyes. You'll find she'll make you lose your mind in the arms of a girl with the indigo eyes. I dream of a dream on the tip of my tongue, of spokes and the wheels and the web she spun. Looking too close, she turned me to stone. So neither one said what the other one hoped. Sweet, her kiss so dry, but the wine was bad by the time we tried. The reds were drawn, the whites did fly, but the wine filled up in her indigo eyes. On the tip of my tongue, of spokes and the wheels and the web she spun. Turning her eyes, she looked pretty stoned. So neither one said what the other one wrote. There's flies in the kitchen. They came in through the window from the hole in the screen. No grass on the lawn. And the rain keeps pouring, and the steam keeps rising, and it's hotter than pavement on the 4th of July. So tell me, I'm the one that'll bring you down. Don't call me baby. Don't call me baby. 'Cause I'm thinking the same picture to you. And are you thinking the same picture to me? But you probably wouldn't ever tell me what you thought of me. Well, the sky's all around us, and there's wood on the fire. The music is playing, and we're getting high. Well, the mountains are peaking. A look in the window, the ocean is waving, waving goodbye. So tell me, I'm the one that'll bring you down. Don't call me baby. Don't call me baby.
All right.
My
Mama got a voice like sugar, it's so sweet and fine. Sister sing Amazing Grace, you know she right in time. They're laying poor Papa low in the ground that he worked and sowed. Now they're waiting at the Jackson station for the train to roll. Well, she been up all night, she got them crows walking around her eyes. She can still raise a cup and a toast to a well-run drive. Well, he left on a Tuesday still, gin, whiskey, and a bottle of pills, waiting at the Jackson station, looking over the hill.
Take me away, hear the whistle play a sad, sad song. Lay me down where the river runs wide and strong. Well, sometimes she rides a ticket home, other times she'll leave you all alone. We're just waiting at the Jackson station for the train to go. Send the 419 and roll on the red ball line. The backwater shacks waking on the 419. She got smoke coming out the stack. They're running on a 10-mile track. Waiting at the Jackson station, never coming back. Waiting at the Jackson station, never coming back. Waiting at the Jackson station, never coming back. Oh yeah. All right.
Nice, man. How you doing?
I'm good. Something got caught. Someone pointed out that my lava lamp died, and I don't think it died, but it needs an adjustment. I'm looking at it right now. It's the cake is detached from the ring. While I deal with that, Gordy, why don't you continue to entertain these fine people with another number, please?
Yeah, let's do that. Some more music here. Here in Austin, it's record levels of cedar. So I'm all hopped up on all sorts of decongestants and allergy medicine, trying to hold it together for you. Anybody else feeling that in Austin? But it still feels good. Last week was really fun. We got to man the comments while we replayed a concert we did from the studio, and yeah, feels good to be back here. I'm gonna do something from the new record Stranger. Did you ever hear the story of a stowaway child went to New York to start again. Running from a man stood 7'2" with a shadow that never ends. Always know who your people are. Don't forget where you're from. They lift you up and keep your feet on the ground. It's a fight till the death and it's done. Ooh. To the world of the underground ring of blood, sweat, beast, and brawn. No one could take Augustinio swinging. He could fight till the break of dawn. On New Year's Eve, a man brought a black cat to the ring to steal his crown. Augustinio fought that beast all night till he finally put the panther in the ground. Always know who your people are. Don't forget where you're from. They lift you up and keep your feet on the ground. It's a fight till the death and it's done. Know where you come from. 99 years till he finally called it the legend of all but told. Down in the garden there's a 7-foot statue of a black cat lined in gold. Always know who your people are. Don't forget where you're from. Lay to rest underneath that panther. It's a fight till the death and it's done. Know where you come from. Know where you come from.
All right. Well, the marquee is on the blacktop. It's broken down where it used to play. Hear the church bells ring, hear the quiet saints lead up people in the praise. Preacher said that she'd lost her faith. Still she came in, out fighting way. 127,000 times. Yeah, you can see the sun, and it ain't no longer shine. No. Say hello, say goodbye to the city, the one where the streets don't run so wide. Say hello, say goodbye to the city with with the other Broadway sign. They rolled up the sidewalks and closed the door, and they pushed her out where the grass don't grow. To every single face looks the same inside. Well, there's not a soul left standing. Well, about it loud, no, no, no. Say hello, say goodbye to the city, the one where the streets don't run so wide. Say hello, say goodbye to the city where the other Broadway sign. Well, say hello, if you wanna know. Say hello, say goodbye, say hello, bye, bye, bye. Oh, say hello, say bye, 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 bye. Say hello, yeah, I wanna say bye, 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 bye to the city, to the city, to the city, bye, 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 bye. We were working and practicing all of the time when you bye, 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 bye. Oh, no, no, no. Say goodbye to the city. Yeah.
Damn, Ed. Damn.
Beautiful. What a treat. Nice, Trevor.
Cheers, Jesse. Cheers.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers, Nashville.
Happy New Year, everyone.
From
I hope
super
everybody-
high pollen count Austin to Nashville. Send it over.
Cold Nashville. Not high pollen count here, I don't think. Well, cheers, everybody. I hope everybody had a good New Year's Eve. It was a pleasure getting to spend it with my fellow supper clubbers. Tonight, I'm going to make a cocktail that I made up called the Cherry Valance. Cherry Valance is an iconic literary character from the book The Outsiders, for all you readers out there, my favorite childhood book. But you'll see why it's called the Cherry Valance here in a little while. All right, so it's consisting of mezcal, and I use this mezcal quite a bit. Bonhez. And I'm gonna go with, I'm making two. I'm making one for me and one for Nikki. So it's double dosage here. Unless you're just looking to have a big night, then you can just drink two in a row. All right, so I'm starting with 2 shots of mezcal here. We'll give a little extra dip for Good causes. All right, and then we're moving on to Rose's grenadine syrup, the classic grenadine syrup. You know, sweet, cherry, tasty. It's good. For the 2 cocktails, I'm gonna go 1 ounce because you really only need about a half ounce for your cocktail, because otherwise it's it's a lot. So we got mezcal. We got our mezcal and grenadine in there. I'm gonna add some orange bitters just to get a little citrus in there. And I'm gonna mute the mic. I'm gonna shake this up as I go to the freezer and grab some glasses. So I'm just shaking over here. Don't worry.
Jesse's shaking cocktails
Ice.
and heading to the refrigerator to get an ice cube to make the perfect cocktail. For all of you people waiting patiently, the wait will be well worth it. The reward is always well worth the wait. The narrator clearly didn't plan this out in advance. He should have written script or copy, so he could have made his way more deftly through this. Jesse, no roll.
Next time, dude.
We're back here. All right. So, still shaking here. I got my 2 glasses. And since this is nice and cold now, the final ingredient, once we get it poured, is going to be a nice top off of some bubbly, because Trevor, what do we say? You ain't got no trubs when you got your bubs, and it's the new year. So happy new year, everybody. I'm gonna pop this bottle of Prosecco here. Woo! So now here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna pour this in my glass. Get to the top here. So that's mezcal grenadines, and we're gonna top it off with a little Prosecco. Not too much, just give it a nice little effervescence. All right, well, this one's going to Nikki, but this is your cherry valance, and you could garnish this with anything. You could use another maraschino cherry, or lime wedge would be good. But yeah, cheers everybody, happy new year. Good to be back.
Oh, yeah. Cheers, Jesse. Well done.
Cheers to Diane Lane,
Oh, yes.
who plays a wonderful cherry valance in the The Outsiders.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's delicious, by the way.
How many people out there tuned in to hang with Jesse on New Year's Eve? Y'all,
We
that
had
was
we
quite
had
the
all the familiar
retrospective.
faces. It was wonderful. Thank you,
Yeah.
everybody. It was a wonderful time.
It was a wonderful show, Jesse. Nicely done.
Yeah, actually, it was really good. I quite enjoyed it, too.
Yeah.
I was, you know, I usually don't make a habit of watching. I don't know if you guys out there know, but we don't usually make a habit of watching or listening to ourselves beyond, you know, the work we're typically doing. But I flipped it on, and then, you know, I'm sort of in this habit of like I'm missing like Dick Clark on New Year's Eve or whatever. I guess I'm aging myself a little bit, but there's some like sort of small nostalgic part of me that wants to see the ball drop. But I flipped over to one of those shows, and I was like, man, you know what? We're gonna go back and watch some more Heathens videos. Jesse, amazing work. Richard, some wonderful cameos. It was really it was festive, fellas. It really was quite an enjoyable night.
I feel like that was about my favorite way to bring in the new year.
Really nice.
And,
cheers, Nikki.
Nikki's here in the background. You'll see her later.
Sweet.
I want to see her now.
I'm in headphones, so she can't hear you, Richard.
Oh, that's why I should say cheers.
You're protecting her.
Yeah, this one's
The
this one.
harassment.
Yeah, she's holding back on this one.
Nice. Well, we have an awesome show planned. We have Butch Walker, our friend Butch Walker, coming on in a little while. But very excited about that.
Yeah.
But we will how about should we dive into some more tunes? Is there anything else we need to talk about? Are we good? It's a new year.
Just how grateful we are for everyone, you know, the normal stuff.
Yeah.
Devontae Smith won the Heisman Trophy tonight.
Very cool.
Very cool.
Fascinating.
Fascinating.
Well,
Heisman.
Who does he play for? I've honestly, I usually watch some college football, but I honestly haven't seen a second of it this year. Who did he play for?
He plays for Alabama.
Okay.
Wide receiver, so that makes it kind of rare.
Ooh.
Can you name the other two wide receivers in the modern era?
Rocket
Wow.
Ishmael, I think, won, didn't he?
I don't think he won the Heisman. Did he?
No?
I think the last two were Tim Brown and Desmond Howard.
Ooh. Very nice.
Yeah. Anyway,
Okay.
back to you guys.
All right, Gordy, you got a song, man?
yeah.
Oh, wait, I would be remiss before we get into that. I really don't make a huge habit of this, but y'all can chime in the comments too. New Year's resolutions. Anyone have any good New Year's resolutions?
Man, I don't have any real personal New Year's resolutions, but what I will say is I don't know if anybody or everybody out there has read Woody Guthrie's. He in like 1943, he wrote like a list of his New Year's rules, and it's pretty amazing. I won't go through the whole thing of reading them, but I will post a link to Woody Guthrie's New Year's rules because they're pretty awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, that is a good one, Jesse. I've seen that before.
I haven't started yet, but usually every year, you guys might notice in January when we're on cruises, every year I vow to start exercising, and I do that for about 3 or 4 weeks, and that exercise that I do in that 3 or 4 week period carries me through the rest of the year. So I'm getting ready to start my my kick here, my health kick for the year.
Once the pollen goes away, so you can go outside.
Yeah, I can't go outside right now. I'm serious. Like I was like outside. I put the mask on, the N95, to go outside so I don't have to breathe the cedar in. I'm embracing masks and enjoying them when I'm outdoors all by myself, just so I don't have to breathe it.
That's actually a good use of that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2021, I think I can speak on behalf of all of us here in the band of Heathens. We are making a band resolution to rock hard in 21. Like, bring the heat early and often.
Agreed, Trevor.
Yeah.
That's been my New Year's resolution every year.
There's no looking back. Let's go.
All right. On that note, let's get into it. Saw this one in the comments earlier, so I figured might as well dive into it. She got rings on her fingers that shine like mercury. She never paints her nails, she like 'em yellow from a nicotine. But you can keep your fashion mag. She like Tito's in a paper bag, falling off her hips, wishing you was in her jeans. She never talked too much, but you knows just what she'd say. She got a space in her teeth where she hides her words away. She knows she looking good, she don't care if she's understood. She even talks dirty when she's on her knees to pray. swinging from a cage, acting half her age. No time for games, she knows just what she needs. Looking for another man, find me right where I stand. I love that sugar, love my sugar queen. Love that sugar, love my sugar queen. People start talking when she walking on down the street, dropping them jaws with every single one she meets. She likes to get her thrills on the edge of the windowsill. All the people gather around, she coming on home with me. Swinging from a cage, acting half her age. No time for games, she knows just what she needs. Looking for another man, she found me right where I stand. I love that sugar, love my sugar queen. Don't you know I love that sugar, love my sugar queen. Swinging from a cage, acting half her age. No time for games, she know just what she need. Yeah, she looks so good in fur. You got to hear that pussycat purr. Oh, you know I love that sugar, love my sugar queen. Swinging from a cage, acting half her age. No time for games, she know just what she needs. Looking for another man, she found me right where I stand. I love that sugar, love my sugar queen. Don't you know I love that sugar, love my sugar queen. Don't you know I love that sugar, love my sugar queen.
Oh man, that's so great. Y'all give Ed and Jesse a hand for that one again. I don't know if you caught that one on the last show, but that's my new favorite part of the show. I gotta say. Trader sailed the jeweled crown, humanity rode the wave, exploring to command more land, scheming how to rule the wave. Trader spied a virgin plain and named it for Velvet Road, rode home declaring there's a place where totally folks are free. Nourishment fills the prairies and the hillsides, animals stalk the mountains and the seaside. Fish abound the lakes of birds of skies, signed sincerely. Trader found the jeweled hand was occupied before he came by humans of a second look who couldn't even write their name. Shame. Trader said they're not as good as folks who wear velvet robes. Rode home again and asked, please help. The breasts I see, they're not like me. Banish them from our prairies and our hillsides. Clear them from our mountains and our seaside. Want them off our lakes, so please reply. Signed sincerely. Alright, y'all. I don't know if you recognize that song, but perhaps my shirt is a dead giveaway on who I'm going to talk about tonight. So that track was The Trader, which is featured on the Beach Boys record Holland. 11 years of making records, and they started out by putting out their 19th album, which is Holland. And I'm talking about it today because it was released on January 8th, 1973. This record is one of my favorite Beach Boys albums. I put it up there with Pet Sounds, and it's much more... well, I'm getting ahead of myself here. So we'll start with where it was made, which was in Holland. The album was made in Utrecht, which we've actually played before, I think. But the album was made in a farmer's barn, which was made into a studio that the Beach Boys had shipped from Los Angeles. And every guy in the band got their own house. They were like spread out across Holland, basically. But they brought over their families and babysitters, their own babysitters. So they just brought everything over. Al Jardine said that the studio was made, he said it was a garage next to a cow pasture. So they were in the middle of farm country in Holland there. This record features a mostly opted out Brian Wilson on the opening track, Sail on Sailor. He really only he wrote Funky Pretty and Sail on Sailor. The rest of the record was the other guys. So he was kind of giving away, the control he was known to have. So Sail on Sailor is the opening track, which was a Brian Wilson and Van Dyke Parks co-write. And Brian also reappears on a bonus 7-inch album that has a few heady tracks. It's kind of weird. It's basically a fairy tale that he created. So it's okay if you've never heard it or pick up a copy that doesn't have it. It's weird. But yeah, this record really focuses on the Beach Boys as a band. There's no symphony orchestra accompaniment or anything like that. And like I said, there's no real hands-on direction from Brian Wilson. So this is very much the Beach Boys as a band. They brought in Blondie Chaplin and Ricky Fattar, who they had met while on tour. At some point, Blondie and Ricky were in the opening band, opening from them. And if you're not familiar with either of those guys, Ricky Fattar is mostly known for going on to play with Bonnie Raitt through the 90s up until now. He's been her drummer. Blondie Chaplin had a really strong stint with the Stones as a backup singer and guitar player. He's fantastic. He has a really great record, solo record, his first record. I think it's self-titled. Or no, I don't remember. Trev you might remember the title of that one, but he's a rock and roller through and through. Anyways, those guys are on this record, and they're featured on some other Beach Boys stuff. They were in the touring band for a while throughout the 70s, but Blondie's singing Sail on Sailor and Funky Pretty. Ricky Fattar has a song on the record. Everybody in the band has at least one song they wrote, and everybody's singing. So this is a band record. It's really, really cool. Tom Petty, his favorite song, one of his favorite Beach Boys songs, is The Traitor, the one that I was just singing, and that was a Carl Wilson tune. And I had the quote, but I lost it. He said that is his all-time favorite Carl Wilson vocal. I got to find these liner notes, and I'll send a link out so y'all can check it out. But Tom Petty, he wrote the liner notes for the CD reissue for Holland a while back, and it's one of his favorite Beach Boys albums, and it's kind of a deep cut, so if you're not familiar with it, that's okay, but check it out. There's a couple of links you'll be seeing. One's to give the album a listen, and the other is to a YouTube video I found, which is a Dutch produced documentary on the film, so it's kind of half in Dutch and half in English, but there's interview sections with Carl Wilson, their manager at the time, and it's really cool. It's a nice insight to the record because there's not a lot of information out on this record, so it's cool to see those interviews. But anyways, y'all check out the record, one of my favorites. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, man, love it. I love doing Sail on Sailor. That was a fun jam to play.
Yeah, we did that a couple times. Maybe I'll look up that link too, and maybe we can shoot that out.
We'll have to dust that one off at some point.
Absolutely.
I think we debuted that on the Delbert cruise.
We did.
Yeah. And we played it in Utrecht.
All dressed in white. That's right, we did, Jesse. You're right. Totally.
Yep. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so we did play Utrecht. What was the club in Utrecht? Y'all remember?
I can't remember. It is a great club though.
It was awesome. It was like one of those big multiplex venues.
Yeah, was that the place where we were playing and Johnny Rotten was playing the next?
No, that was The Hague, Den Haag.
Oh, that was The Hague. Yeah.
Good memory, dude.
That's
all right.
That's the best.
Let's crank another tune here. Do another one off the new record, off a Stranger. I gotta send this out to John Wallingford, who I did a personal concert with a few weeks ago, and he mentioned wanting to hear this and that we hadn't played it in a while, so I'm gonna do it right now. I heard it on the news, a version of the truth. Was it fact, packed of fiction and fable? See, California's burning, the earth will soon stop turning. The horse is out of the stable. The world is crumbling down, can't you hear the sound? Today is our last tomorrow. 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 It's time to build the wall, 1,000 miles tall. Protect what we have taken, 'cause if we let them in, our way of life will end. Some people are forsaken. Said yesterday was good, wouldn't change it if I could. Today is our last tomorrow. 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 Yeah, baby. Grab your things, we gotta get out of here. I
don't remember it this way. I heard my father say, I don't like where we're going. But what I think is worse is the eternal curse. In death we're all unknowing. Said yesterday was good, wouldn't change it if I could. Today is our last tomorrow. Beyond a shadow of a doubt, no way we're getting out. Today is our last tomorrow. Today is our last tomorrow. Today is our last tomorrow. I said today is our last. Well, not today, not tomorrow, it's forever, you know, baby. Said today is our last tomorrow. Today is our last tomorrow. Today is our last tomorrow. All right. Let's hope not. But if it is, I hope we're all having a good time. We're having a good time. It's great to be with you all tonight. And the time is about to get better because without further ado, we have the wonderful, the magnificent, the rock god, and just all around fine gentleman, Mr. Butch Walker.
Got a lot of nerve, making me want you so bad. You never make this easier. You're so hard to have. And you know you never will know this, but you are already my kill. So baby, fire and wheel. Gonna take you down over my knees, make that sound, make you seize, untie your hair, let it fall like morning rain. Bed on fire, love in flames, 100 times, make you say my name, lay in shock with me till the darkness ends, and I'll do it again. You walk right by me every day, and you leave me for dead. Puddle of sweat you're standing in, water of my sin. And you know you never will know this, but you are already my kill. So baby, fire and wheel. Gonna take you down over my knees, make that sound, make you seize, untie your hair, let it fall like morning rain. Bed on fire, love in flames, 100 times, make you say my name, lay in shock with me till the darkness ends. I'll do it again. Oh, I'll take you down over my knees, make that sound, oh, make you seize, untie your hair, let it fall darkness hell. Then I'll do it again. Oh, oh, mm.
Yeah. All right.
Hey guys,
Snaps
Nice.
all around. Holy moly.
what's up?
Man.
Coming in.
Damn, I hate fucking sweating on one song.
Bringing the heat, man.
Well, come on, dude. If you could have played a different song, it might not have made you sweat so much. That was just on fire, quite literally.
I gotta
And
say,
it makes
before we
you
get
feel
started,
better.
that is the thing that I love about Butch that we all do. It's like whatever he's endeavoring, it's like 100,000%. I mean, I love that. It's just like I was texting Gordy right when you first started. It's like the camera drops or the tune drops, and it's just like you're like going 100 miles an hour. Right? I love it. So it's so inspiring, man. Love it. Thank you.
That's called nervous energy from my childhood because I was born before Ritalin. So. Well, how you
That
guys
was
been,
a-
man?
Better now.
Oh, that's what I like hearing.
It's good to
Oh,
see
Same
you.
here. Good to see you guys, man. Welcome to 2021.
Yeah.
Yeah, and thank you so much for joining us. For those of you who may not know Butch, you should, and you probably know a bunch of his songs. But huge monster hit songwriter, frontman, guitar shredder, and awesome producer. Where are you right now? Are you in Nashville? You're kind of go between LA and Nashville.
Yeah, I got a little spot. It's about an hour outside of Nashville, actually. So I don't even know how to technically call it that. It's bumfuck. So,
Love that
yeah,
town.
Tennessee. It's 3 hours from where I grew up, which is Cartersville, Georgia. So it's like close to my family. I can go back and see them, and I love being here. I built a little music room here out of the barn and been having fun in it. So
A little music room.
yeah, it's a big little music room.
Nice.
Yeah.
So go ahead, Gordy.
No, after you.
I was gonna say, for everyone tuning in, we met Butch at the Newport Folk Festival a couple of years ago. Our friend Jeff Burns, we had an event that we did at the Newport Blues Cafe, which was sort of like a the night before the festival starts. It's like a pre-party kind of thing, which is super fun. And we were able to curate a night of music where we kind of did what we're doing here. We had a bunch of friends, a bunch of guests come and play, and we were really fortunate to have Butch come and sit in with us. And I think we did like 20 songs or something like that night. But I remember sound checking with Butch, and what I was mentioning earlier, it was the first thing. It's like we're sound checking, and it's like he's playing it like there's 20,000 people in the audience, which I immediately love. That totally resonates with me. And like, you know, we meet a lot of musicians traveling around, but it was like really apparent within like 10 minutes we were all bros, which I love. You know, it was like it was like the sort of musicians are a little like dogs. They kind of sniff each other out a little bit, and Butch had a good scent, man. You smelled good. It felt good. It was like, it was righteous. It was right on. It was like, man, this is a guy we want to play songs with. We want to make music with. And we don't get to see each other enough, but it just sort of, that stuck with me. And then just get to hang with you that weekend talking about our families and, you know, and playing music and the way all this stuff fits together. So just on a personal level, it was a great hang.
Agreed. And it was so fun because one of my best memories was us sitting out by the river. Or whatever. Actually, it was like a wharf, and we were sitting there passing an acoustic guitar around a fire pit, which sounds so cliche. It's like typical fucking musician thing. Oh, we bonded over singing Kumbaya around a fire pit. But this was great because it was that part felt the most organic and natural of the whole festival, and that is a great organic and natural festival. And that moment we were outside of the festival, it was after it was over, right? And we went out and we went to have food and drinks at some place right on the water, and we just sat there around that fire. That was I was in heaven listening to you guys sing your songs and getting to know you and talking to each of you. Gordy was sitting next to me, and I was just sitting there, chewing his ear off like I do. People, I'm sorry about that, man. Um, but it was just such a wonderful, and I remember Jesse and I walking around, and like, I'm sitting there, we're watching Jason Isbell, and I'm actually crying. And it wasn't mushrooms. I was genuinely crying, because I was having such a fucking good time, and music is such a beautiful thing that in my 51 years of doing it since I was 8 years old, those moments, I live for those moments, because I'll be sad when they're gone. Those are just beautiful moments.
Yeah, I agree. I remember that very vividly, and that was just a special weekend in general. But that day was I think it was the same day where we had gone and seen Jason Isbell's band, and which is just an incredible band. And I definitely, that kind of musical performance is kind of the one that'll bring you to tears for sure. It was really beautiful, and that was the same night, I believe, that we went back to. I think it's called Gurney's, the hotel resort place that we went to and hung out and had a fire. And I know, like, it was Jonathan Tyler and
Yes, the spiritual
and
connector.
it was just a fun, yeah, that was a really special day. So yeah,
John Fulbright, I think, was there too.
John Fulbright was there. Yeah, totally.
Yes.
Was that when David Crosby sat in with Jason Isbell that night? I think right?
That was the same performance.
Yeah.
Yep.
Jesse and I were out like 13th row watching. So
It was special. Yeah.
My Newport highlight was Toots and the Maytals. I don't know if anybody else caught that show, but fuck, that was so good.
was it good? I didn't get to see that.
Oh man, that was great.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Big
cool year to
moments.
be there.
So Butch, I know that recently you put out a record last year, a beautiful record, which is really fun, and you also produced Elizabeth Cook's latest record. Are you working on a current project you can talk about right now?
It was, it was kind of all over the place last year. It was right before pandemic. I had done, I did Elizabeth Cook, and then I did a record for I did a new Wallflowers record that's not out yet because of COVID. So I got a new Wallflowers record coming out, which is really great. It's really great. I'm gonna say that about every record I produce. It's fucking great. It's the best record they've done. But besides that, I mean, it was like I went from Green Day to Wallflowers to Jewel, and all these records haven't come out yet. The Jewel and Wallflowers records haven't. And then my buddy Matt Nathanson, I've got a record that I've got in the can that we did right before COVID. So it's weird that all these records are coming up on a year anniversary and they're still not out because of pandemic, but whatever, the music is timeless, so it'll be fine. But that being said, I'm working on the newest thing I've got going, which another curveball, which goes into another right corner pocket, is a new Billy Idol record. So, yeah, and that's the reaction, because when somebody calls you to work with Billy Idol, first you go, whoa, and then you go, really, and then you go, I'll do it. And because he's amazing. He comes into the studio and he's just like, he's 63, I think, and it's everything you would expect. Rolls up on a Harley, check, head to toe, like, he's head to toe still rock gear, leather, and lots of jewelry. Comes in and he's just like, he gets on behind the mic and it's just like, yeah, right. It's just every little bit is like totally full on Idol. And he's still a kid, and I love that experience. Plus it's a 1-2 punch, because I get his guitarist for his whole career, which is Steve Stevens, who was one of my childhood idols, because I grew up on hard rock and stuff like that. So it's like, so I get to sit in the room and record guitar with Steve Stevens and record Billy Idol's voice on the microphone, which is which is awesome. So
Killer.
yeah, it's kind of like I said, it's all over the place. I got a lot of records that are. I don't like to just stick to one thing, you know.
I'm wondering if that means we shouldn't have released our record this year.
I did. I released one as well. It's a weird
Yeah.
time to release them, huh?
Yeah. It's a tough call whether to shelve a record and wait till touring comes back, or whether just to
Oh,
say,
dude.
you know
Yeah.
what? People need music during a pandemic. Let's put it out and we'll make another one. You know?
Well, that's what I did. I shelved my record for 2.5 years before putting it out during pandemic, because it was a record I did a long time ago and was like, I don't know if the world needs to hear this. So, or what little world I reach anyway. I was like, but it was very topical because it was a rock opera, which is like, I know, gag me. It's like nobody needs to hear a rock opera either. But that being said, the topic was a serious topic, and it was, it was about basically, growing up in in lots of, racist, bigoted, trajectory, and how I was a fly on the wall for all of that. So the whole record is based on that. And sadly, the content did not date itself since I started the record, which was now 3 years ago. So I put it out anyway. But it was it's crapshoot, right? When you roll the dice putting out a record when you can't tour on it or do anything. So, but people need music.
Yeah.
Like
Instead
you
of touring, we just start an online weekly TV show called The Good Time Supper Club and have
Which
all our
is
friends
amazing.
join us.
This is the best. I love this. I mean, this is, when you asked me to do it, I was like, are you fucking kidding? Of course I'm going to do this. This is awesome.
Oh man.
It's like, how many more like, episodes of The Office can I rewatch upstairs, with my son, who I love that he's into that. He's 13 and has a really weird sense of humor, and I love it. But this is a much needed break in the routine, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, it's funny. We all had talked about wanting to have you on for a while, and I don't know why it took us this long, but I will say the thing that this is going to segue into the song that we collaborated on. But the thing that sparked this for me initially was I was looking at your Instagram feed, and you all should follow Butch on Instagram. He has some great stuff, a lot of great, just really cool guitar playing, always doing cool stuff. But there was one of you playing the intro riff to Main Street, which
Yes.
if anyone's listening out there, if you know who wrote Main Street, you might have an idea of the artist we're going to segue into for the remote transmission. But
Oh, yeah.
you're up there just like and I'm like, oh yeah, dude. I'm like, we got to get Butch on to shred some guitar and do a song. That'll be a gas.
Give
Oh
the
man,
people what they want.
give the people what they want.
And Butch, you have one of your early concerts, Seeger. Is that true?
Second concert ever. First concert I begged my parents to see was Kiss. I was 8 years old. And my birthday's in November, Christmas is in December. I said I want that to be my Christmas and birthday all in one, because they were playing New Year's Eve at the Omni in Atlanta 2 nights, the 30th and the 31st. And we went New Year's Eve and saw Kiss, and of course that was, from there it was over. I wasn't going to be a lawyer or a doctor. And so a year later, 2 years later, I think. Yeah, no, I was 11. So a couple of years later, my parents drove us to Louisiana to go see some friends of theirs in Baton Rouge. And I went with my stoner sister, and we all piled in this. It was some sort of muscle car. I can't remember. It's been a long time, but we got in that car and rolled down to the local Coliseum or whatever it was. And it was the Night Moves tour for Bob Seger. And I think that even made as much of an impact as the Kiss concert did, just because I got to see, this was not flashy bells and whistles and pyro and exploding guitars and throwing up blood. It was a dude who came out, and I watched him come out and sound check his piano with the house lights up. And nobody knew it was him, but I was like, that's Bob Seger, And then they came out and they just fucking slayed it for like 2 hours. Wow. Opened up with Ramblin' Gamblin' Man, and I was just like, it's so good.
Yeah.
That's my favorite Seeger track.
It's
So
awesome.
good. I almost wanted to do that one, but I was like, you know what? There's another one that I like to do. So,
Man, before we transition into the one we did, I do want to this is a perfect point to plug in. One of our favorite games on the road is we try to guess the top 5 Spotify songs of all of our favorite bands. And Bob Seger's top 5 on Spotify is it's just, it's like that, just the top 5 hits, on any given real classic rock and roll band. It's just amazing to what these guys, the gravity of the material written, and that hit. It's just even just going down the line on his top 5 is a spectacular playlist to listen to.
Dude, I had my hands in the back pocket, couple skating to every single one of his ballads with couple skating with a girl that he raised me at the skating rink. He was the power ballad man.
Yeah.
But with so much heart, and for some reason it didn't come off pretentious, or you know what I mean? It was just, it still came off as real and wholesome. And what a voice. So, and that being said,
let's listen.
I don't know why I chose to sing a Bob Seger song, because nobody can sing like that guy, but damn.
Well, you got some help from the other guys here too. So you got some other vocal help. Everybody gave it a shot to track Seeger. So let's watch it.
Do it. All right. Camera's off and microphone's muted. Here we go. Two, 1, 2.
I was a little too tall, could have used a few pounds. Tight pants points, hardly renowned. She was a black-haired beauty with big dark eyes and points all her own, sitting way up high. Way up firm and high. Out past the cornfields where the woods got heavy. Out in the back seat of my '60 Chevy, working on mysteries without any clues. Working on a night news, trying to make some front page driving news. Working on a night news in the summertime. In the sweet summertime. Yeah. Oh, we weren't in love, oh no, we were far from it. We weren't searching for some high in the sky song. We were just young and restless and bored, yeah, living by the sword. We would steal away every chance that we could to the back room alley or the trusty woods. I used her and she used me and neither one cared. We were getting our share. Working on the night move, trying to lose those awkward and teenage blues. Working on the night move, yeah, summertime. Ooh, sweet summertime, 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 yeah.
to the sound of thunder. How far off I sat and wondered. Started humming a song from 1962. Ain't it funny how the night moves? You just don't seem to have as much to lose. Strange how the night moves. With autumn closing in. Night moves. Oh, oh.
Yeah.
Night moves.
Night moves.
Oh, oh, oh.
Night moves.
I remember,
Night moves. Yeah.
so remember the night move. Ain't it funny how you remember?
I remember.
Funny how you remember.
Yeah.
I remember, I remember, I remember. Oh, oh, oh,
And I remember. Yeah, I remember. Yeah. I remember, I remember, I remember, I remember. Yeah.
Night move.
Hey. Woo.
Yeah, yeah, I remember. Yeah, 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 I remember. Oh, Lord, I remember. Lord, I remember. Lord. Ooh. Yeah, 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 yeah. Uh-huh. I remember, I remember.
Yeah.
Shit, that was fucking awesome.
That's such a good tune, man.
That was
I-
so fun.
There's like, I have to say that song's probably in my top 10 as far as like songs that I've just gotten enjoyment out of in my life. Like driving in the car with the windows down, screaming that song at the top of my lungs. You know, just like, yeah, it's just one of those tunes. It's just, yeah, it's classic.
There are some perfect lines in that song. I used her and she used me and nobody cared. There's
neither
like
one
some,
cared, yes.
neither one cared. It's like there's
Getting our
like
share.
it's just like there's like some perfect rock and roll moments just in that song alone.
Oh my god, that was
Nikki's
so awesome.
cameo in the video, that was pretty awesome.
Yeah, Nikki, coming up out of the bed.
She's slightly off camera and I'm in headphones so she can't hear everybody singing your praises about the cameo.
Oh, sorry, I didn't put lipstick on.
Oh man, that was so fun to watch. Wow, that was awesome.
Well done, man. Well done. I have
Everybody
to R.I.P. Alto Reed, maybe the greatest name in rock and roll.
Best sax
History.
name of all time.
yeah. I know.
Yeah, man.
Wow,
Well,
guys.
Everybody pat yourself on the back on that one. Sorry, Richard, what were you saying?
Yeah. No, let's all pat ourselves on the back first. Butch, I gotta ask you, man. I'm just curious about your journey from, you know, playing guitar, having a band, singing, that kind of thing, to maybe focusing more on producing records. Is that how you see it, or are you still kind of in between the two? I mean, what was the journey, I guess, for you on that?
Well, the journey was to be, you know, as we all were when we were young, was to be a rock and roll star. That's what we all wanted to be, right? We all wanted to make a living making music and playing it on stages all over the place. At least that was my MO. And still to this day, my half of my body, you know, is headed towards the stage and at all times, and the other half is going, but I want to be in the studio. creating this music. And I realized that the world doesn't need that many records from me. So it was, producing other people scratched that itch of being able to be in the studio a lot more than just waiting to do another record for myself or for a band I was in, which, as you know, is a cyclical thing. So um, I really I love both. I love doing both so much. One feeds the other. If you would ask me um, every year leading up to the point where I actually produced another artist for the first time and had any success with it, and somebody said, "Hey, do you see yourself being a producer?" And I'd be like, "No, what are you talking about? I'm just a dude in a band who likes to record other bands." That was kind of my mentality about it. And it still is to an extent, like I got lucky where I was able to sustain a 20-year career so far of making other people's records, and hopefully some of those making the artist happy. But that being said, I think it all just comes from me being a band guy. I mean, when I make records with people, I'm just an extra band member. And I love that energy. I love that synergy of being in the room with people and helping them create their dream. I mean, all that's, for lack of a better cliche, that's what it is. It's like people want to be able to walk away with something they're proud of, and I know what that's like because I walked away with many records I wasn't proud of because of the producer, and I just always strived for that. So sorry, that's not your question. Your question was much simpler than that in mine. My answer is being, I'm going around the block to go across the street, but you know what I'm saying? It's like, I want to do both, one feeds the other. It's like half the year I make records. The other half of the year I like touring and playing because I could never not want to sing and play music for people. It's too much fun,
Sure, yeah. I mean, I think maybe not on the same level, but similarly, I think we all feel that way. We spend a lot of time touring like as a band, but we also spend a lot of time making records with each other or in different outfits. Gordy having the studio in Austin and producing records has opened up that avenue, and it's a lot of fun speaking for myself. It's a lot of fun to be like in this group, but in a different situation, putting ourselves behind somebody else, making a record for somebody else, and we have like our chemistry, but the dynamic kind of changes because we're supporting somebody else instead of ourselves, I guess. I don't know.
Which a lot of our favorites and our heroes grew up doing, of being on both ends of the spectrum. You had Bowie, you had John Lennon producing Bowie at one point and having a hit from it. And you had, you just had all these like different artists working together in the studio with each other so they could exercise both ends of the spectrum. And I love that.
What's that smell? Is that a collaboration?
Yeah.
What is that?
Hey-o.
Please.
Maybe we should.
As soon as possible.
Do something.
I would love that, man. I was thinking about. I told you before we even came on the air. I was thinking about that. How great it would be to get in the studio and make this big collaboration and I would be an extra wheel on the machine.
Love it.
Us
well,
too,
Butch,
man.
Thank you, man. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for collaborating on that Seeger tune.
I just want to say how amazing you guys are and how talented you are and how much there's so much fucking mojo between all of you. And I saw it the minute I got on stage with you guys at Newport, and it's just a beautiful combination you guys all have. And just thrilled to be in a virtual room with you.
Back at you, man.
Well, thanks, man. All right.
Man, thank you so much, Butch. That was such an awesome time.
Hey, Butch.
Nikki saying hi from the background. Hi.
Happy New Year, man.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Thanks,
Be
Butch.
well. I hope we'll
Thanks
see you
again.
soon.
Yeah. Thanks, Butch. See you, man.
Yeah.
Man.
That was awesome.
Wow, dude, Night Moves.
Yeah.
That
I
was
hope
fun,
that's
guys.
not the. Yeah. See, man. You might have to get some more secrets going.
Hey, I'm gonna go up and get my get my kid to bed.
Yeah, man.
Thanks, Butch.
See you, man.
Right.
Cheers.
See you later, man.
Love you guys. That was a blast.
Love you, dude.
See you, man.
See ya.
That was awesome.
Yeah, dude. Seeger.
Uh,
He's strong, dude.
Butch producing a Billy Idol record. That's
I
fucking
know. Come on.
Yeah, we got to do it. We got to do some songs together. We can make some good rock and roll stuff with Butch.
good. Totally.
Yeah, that sounds like a blast.
Speaking of strong, though, we should stay over here in East Nashville with Jesse and Nikki. You guys want to bring us some more joy with some more music?
Can't hear.
Yes. They're asking if we want to bring them some more joy with some more music.
Sure.
Young
Yeah.
guns.
Well, I thought this song could be dedicated to 2020. And saying,
Oh, that's a
Bye.
great idea.
because it's gone, gone, gone.
Gone, gone, gone. I love that idea.
Happy New Year, y'all. Good to see ya.
How about Butch Walker?
Yes.
Gosh.
And I just want to vouch, he's like the kindest, raddest human being, in addition to just being an incredible musician and producer and all that.
Yeah.
Gotta
and-
love the good people out there.
I know it's few and far between in the world we live in sometimes, and one little angel.
Angel, his whole family.
You want to play this?
Yeah.
Play this?
Yeah. But now I have like night moves stuck in my head, so let me
Working on the,
readjust.
ladies and gentlemen, night moves.
Okay, I got it. Sunny day, baby, when everything seems okay, baby. You wake up and find that you're alone. 'Cause I'll be gone. Gone, gone, gone. Really gone. Gone, gone, gone. 'Cause you done me wrong.
Whoops.
Not my words, they're your words. Everyone that you meet, baby, as you walk down the street, baby, will ask you why you're walking all alone. Just tell 'em I'm gone. Gone, gone, gone. Really gone. Gone, gone, gone. 'Cause you done me wrong. If you change your way, baby, you might get me to stay, baby. You better hurry up if you don't wanna be alone. 'Cause I'll be gone. Gone, gone, gone. Really gone. Gone, gone, gone. 'Cause you done me wrong. Yeah, you done me wrong. Done me wrong.
Wow.
Bye bye 2020.
Yeah. Yeah, that is a good, just nice love letter to 2020.
Sure. I can't hear you guys, but
Gone, gone,
I love
gone.
you and I miss you.
Actually, nobody's saying anything, so we're good.
That was good, man. That was awesome.
No, you got Trevor. He said it was good, so we're good.
Trev, you sounded great on Night Moves. Always, I hear your magic and I'm like, Trevor, love that. Beautiful playing.
That's an iconic
Oh,
piano
sound
track.
It is an iconic piano track. I
That was
know.
in the cassette tape on family road trips from a very young age. Yeah, so it was fun to to immerse myself in the tune for a couple.
Were you
hours.
playing along in there?
Was that?
Were you playing along over there?
To
I'm just picturing. Yeah, I'm just picturing you playing along in the background over there. I'm assuming that there was just this beautiful Trevor piano overdub.
Yeah. No, I was just reminiscing on Night Moves again. More Night Moves. Yeah, man. Yeah, that was beautiful version of Gone 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 though. That's kind of like Robert Plant and Alison Krauss's deal, right? Kind of their version. Did you ever catch that record?
Did they do that?
On Raising Sand?
On Raising Sand, didn't they do it?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, you guys
I love
kind of had
hearing
that
them
vibe
sing
going, I
together.
think.
Oh, dude. Well, I mean, you can't go wrong with that vibe.
Yeah,
That's
that's a great record. That's a reminder to listen to that. I gotta listen to that one in a while. That was a good
I
record.
think that there might be a second one of Robert Plant, Alison Krauss record with possibly the same crew coming.
Oh,
But
that'd be cool.
well, I'm 90% positive that there is one.
Talk about angels. She's a little angel too.
She's
An
an
actual angel.
Yeah. She sounds like one, and she seemed like one.
Well, I think we're sending it over to you, Trev.
Oh,
Hit
Grateful
us.
Dead Minute.
Hit us, baby.
Grateful Dead Minute. Okay. That's not how it goes. Lost Sailor. Oh, fine. Weird Barlow composition, always paired with Saint of Circumstance live, or not always, but almost always. And one of my all-time favorite versions of that song is from the show I have for you this week, August 6th, 1982, St. Paul, Minnesota. Summer 82 was a great tour. Started a couple weeks earlier at Red Rocks and finished up on the 10th. A legendary show, August 10th, sorry, a legendary show from Des Moines, Iowa, University of Iowa. But this show has all the goods, a killer second set with Scarlet Fire, and like I said, one of my all-time favorite versions of Sailor Saint. So check it out, 8/6/82. Hope you dig it. Yeah, it's a killer show, and that's the Grateful Dead Minute.
Yeah. All right. We'll
Thanks, Trev.
get that up in the comments. Coming at you right now. There's a link to the show.
Some interesting comments wondering why Trevor doesn't get his own musical intro for the Grateful Dead Minute, which
I have to chime in on that. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. That's all I'm gonna say.
It's coming. It's all coming, man.
It's all happening.
Trev,
It is.
Val
Is
White
it-
says that piano playing is like a big socially distanced hug.
That's nice.
It wouldn't necessarily be in the spirit of the Grateful Dead to have the same intro every week, though, right?
It's true.
We'd have to make a new one, improvised, fresh every week, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean,
Maybe.
yes, maybe.
I mean, whoa. Hey
Oh,
there.
hey, what's happening?
How are you doing? Is it not bedtime yet? Oh, your microphone's off.
Pretty
My
close.
sister's inside making her bed.
Oh.
She always, one night when it was her first night sleeping in a big girl bed. She's not a big girl bed. She had graduated from a crib.
She's got a big girl bed now.
She got a big girl bed.
She now,
She's three.
the
Wow.
last time she was 2.
Three, Ed. She's
Getting
three.
a big girl bed, that's a big deal.
I know, but my bed's like screwed up right next to it. Like if they're bumped together.
Yeah. That's
They're
pretty
bumped
cool.
Together, and so that way Ray won't fall out. And I'm the only one that has to enter the bed.
Well, I'm glad you're going to be right there next to her.
Big girl beds.
All right.
It's time for the trading places, I think, huh?
Trading places. What are we going to do this week?
Well, Gordy and I talked about this. A little footnote to this week. Today is the birthday of the great Sam Phillips, Sun Records founder, producer. Also the great producer Phil Ramone, who produced and engineered a million records. You can go look his stuff up. But tonight, we're going to be doing a couple of musical selections from Bruce Springsteen's debut record that came out this day in 1973, Greetings from Asbury Park, New Jersey. And I was doing a little background research on this one. I actually had known a little bit, but here's a new thing that I learned that I didn't know. So the record was done like in 1972, and Bruce was signed to Columbia Records. He was signed by John Hammond, who was the famous A&R man who signed Bob Dylan and Stevie Ray Vaughan, to name but a couple people. So Bruce turns the record into the label. Who the president of Columbia at that time was Clive Davis. So he turns the record, and Clive Davis rejects it because he doesn't hear any hit songs. So Bruce goes away. He writes Blinded by the Light and Spirit in the Night and records both those songs like a month after the album's rejected. The album is then approved by Clive Davis and released, and now we have it for all of us. So, Gordy, you wanna kick it off with one?
Yeah, quite a whoa. Woo. Quite a debut record.
Debut.
All right, here we go. I stood stone-like at midnight, suspended in my masquerade. I combed my hair till it was just right, commanded the night brigade. I was open to pain and crossed by the rain as I walked on a crooked crutch. And I strode all alone through the fallout zone, came out with my soul untouched. And I hid in the wrath of the crowd. When they said sit down, I stood up. Oh, growing up. The flag of piracy flew from my mast. My sails were set wing to wing. I had a jukebox graduate for my first mate. She couldn't sail, but she sure could sing. I pushed B-52s, bombed them with the blues, with my gear set stubborn on standing. And I broke all the rules, straight from my old high school. Never once gave a thought for landing. And I hid in the clouded wrath of the crowd. When they said come down, I threw up. Took a month-long vacations in the stratosphere, and you know it's really hard to hold your breath. Well, my feet, they finally took root on the earth, but I got me a nice little place in the stars. Yeah, well, my feet, they finally took root on the earth, but I got a nice little place in the stars. Yeah, and I swear I found the key to the universe in the engine of an old parked car. And I hid in the mother breast of the crowd. When they said pull down, I pulled up. Ooh, growing up. Ooh, growing up.
Oh yeah, killer. Love that tune, man. That was a good take on it.
Thanks, man.
Love that. I forgot about. I kind of had. I mean, I know that tune, but I had forgotten about it. It's like he's really cinematic, you know. Especially these early couple of records that he's kind of got more like before he kind of becomes Bruce. It's like he's got the Dylan sort of narrative, flowing, ongoing verse kind of thing going, which I enjoy quite a bit. Well done, man.
Thanks, man.
Well done. All right,
What
we're
you
cruising
got?
on. Here comes another one. This is one that I haven't played it in a long time, but I always loved it. It's a cool track to me. And here we go. Crazy Janie and a mission man were back in the alley trading hands. Along came Wild Billy with his friend G-Man, all duded up for Saturday night. Well, Billy slammed on his coaster brakes and said, anybody wanna go on up to Greasy Lake? It's about a mile down the dark side of Route 88. I got a bottle of rose, so let's try it. Well, we'll pick up Hazy Davy and Killer Joe, and I'll take you on out to where the Gypsy Angels go. Well, they'll feel like night, and they dance like spirits in the night. Oh, night, oh, don't know what they can do to you. Spirits in the night. Oh, night, yeah, stand up and let them shoot right through you. Well, now Wild Billy was a crazy cat, and he shook some of the dust out of his coonskin cap. He said, trust some of this and it'll show you where you're at, or at least it'll help you really feel it. By the time we made it on up to Greasy Lake, I had my head out the window and Janie's fingers were in the cake. I think I really dug her cause I was too loose to fake. I said I'm hurt and she said, honey, let me heal it. And we danced all night to a soul fairy band, and she kissed me just like a lonely angel can. Oh, she felt so nice, and she danced like spirits in the night. Oh, night, yeah, Janie don't know what she can do to you. Spirits in the night, oh, night, yeah, stand up and let her shoot right through you. And the stars shone light on Billy and David dancing in the moonlight. They're down by the river in a stone mud fight. Killer Joe done passed out on the lawn. But now Hazy Davy got really hurt. He ran into the lake in just his socks and his shirt. Me and Crazy Janie making love in the dirt, singing our birthday songs. Well, Janie said it was time to go, so I closed her eyes and said goodbye to Gypsy Angel Road. Oh, felt so alive. Together we move like spirits in the night. Oh, night, yeah, I don't know what they can do to you. Spirits in the night. Oh, night, yeah, don't let them get up on shoot right through you. Spirits in the night. Oh, night, yeah, oh, don't know what they can do to you. Spirits in the night. Oh, night, yeah, let Janie get off and shoot right through you. Oh, yeah. All right. Well, thank you all for hanging with us tonight and tuning in. We're going to
Yeah.
just
How many
cruise right
weeks?
on into our a little group sing-along here. But thanks for joining us. First show of 2021. It's feeling good so far, man. It was a fun show. Butch Walker was amazing. But again, thank you all Supper Clubbers for tuning in and being with us. We love being with you every week, and we'll be doing it again. Same bat time, same bat channel next week.
Thank you all so much for all the financial support getting us through. Well, we can't tour. Everybody who purchased the gift cards for the private Zoom shows, we'll send out an email tomorrow and schedule that stuff. But yeah, how many weeks is this? Is this
39?
39.
Next week we're hitting the big 4-0.
Big 4-0 over the hill next week.
Downhill, baby. It's downhill.
All right.
Less resistance.
I gotta say also to all my cocktailers out there who are actually, if anybody's actually making the cocktails according to my measurements, I do need to say that we've discovered that if you do a shot of mezcal and switch the grenadine Prosecco world, if you give it like a good amount of Prosecco and just a dash of grenadines, that's actually the best way to do it. The grenadine, you need to just have the tiniest little bit of grenadine. Otherwise, it's too syrupy.
Jesse, can you just release maybe a cookbook or some sort of cocktail book of all these recipes? Maybe we should do that.
Honestly, yeah, I would absolutely love to. A Supper Club cocktail recipe book would be very cool. I'll get to working on that. They always get better as the night goes, you know? Like, it's one of those things where it's like the one I make for everybody live is usually the worst one of the night. It's like the second or third one that is the really good one. So just FYI. We'll get you guys a real proper recipe book coming up here shortly.
Awesome. Hey, Ray, I heard you got a big girl bed. Is that true? I think your mic. There we go. You got a big girl bed now?
Did you get a big girl bed?
I told the truth.
Awesome.
I told the truth.
Yeah,
You told the truth. That's awesome.
That's
We're
good.
ready. We're ready over here in Austin for the sing along.
The finale. All right. We're gonna go way back to the beginning. This is this is from our first live record, live at Momo's, an old song that we probably learned from the band. The band did a version on the Basement Tapes, but Lead Belly, I think, might be the first recorded version of this old prison work song. You want to kick it off?
Ain't no more cane on the braziers. Ooh, ooh, ooh. It's all been ground down to molasses. Ooh.
Should have been on the river in 1910. Ooh. They was driving the women just like they drove the men.
Go down, old Hannah, don't you rise up no more. And don't you rise up till the judgment days for sure. Whoa.
Ain't no more cane on the braziers. It's all been ground down to molasses. Ooh.
Captain, don't you do me like you done poor old Shine. Well, you drove that bully till he went so blind.
Wake up on a lifetime, hold up your head. Ooh, you might get a pardon, or you might wind up dead. Ain't no more cane on the brasses. It's all been ground down to molasses. Yeah.
All right. Thank y'all.
Great job, guys.
Thanks, Butch Walker. Thanks, Nikki
Thanks,
Bloom.
Nikki.
Thanks, Sage and Ray, for singing back up. Thank y'all for tuning in on another Tuesday night, the Good Time Supper Club. We'll see y'all next week.
Bye, y'all.
Thanks for coming out. We're the band of Heathens. What a place. This is our first time here. This is a classy joint, y'all. Thanks for joining us.